getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style for me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. Word they cute, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a dawn mean. I'm just a bad boy gone clean. You know you like that. What? You know you like that. Come on. You know you like that. Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. I know you been back, man. I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style for me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. Word they cute, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a dawn means.
Hi, Ross. So, what are you doing?
I'm just surfing the internet.
What the hell are you looking at?
This is actually a Wisconsin cow pole dancing, as you do.
What?
Yeah, and I just found this website.
What's it called?
Strangefarmer.com. And on here you can see how messed up farmers really are. There's even strange farm pigs with full back tattoos on this site.
So what you're telling me is that you came over here to your iPad and you googled strange farmers? Are you telling me that's what you did?
Well, not really, no. I was searching for pets who look like the owners. And yeah, basically that's what I did, yeah, that was it. So, you know, whatever I do with my iPad's my own business. But pretty much, yeah, it's just some messed up stuff online.
Right, okay, look, so why am I here today? Why have you dragged me here?
Basically, what we're going to do is, I'm going to run through and show you my screen cam of the class value system. So we'll head over there now, we'll run through that, and I'll show you what it's all about.
Let's go.
Okay, come on then. Alright chaps, let's get right down to it, because I know you're like me and that you're always striving for an edge when it comes to your betting, whether that be backing or laying. So on the screen in front of you, you can see the FL form reading software. Now don't worry, you don't need the software to use this technique. You can use free resources like the Racing Post, GG.com and Sporting Life. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how quickly I can run through the form, and then I want to go through it manually so that you can do it for yourself at home and online. So let's say that you only want to look at class 5 races. The reason you may want to do this is that finding winners in this class is easier compared to higher class levels such as 1, 2, 3 and 4 races. I would suggest that you actually start out using class 3 to 5. These should provide you with a more straightforward approach to form reading and easier to find selections when you were first getting started. All you need to do when you're using the software to do this is go up here, grab any of these buttons because they do all fully function and move. And what you can see is we've just grabbed the class, and what the software's then done is it's sifted through and divided all the races into class. As you can see, this is class 3, there's 1 race, class 4, 3 races, and class 5, there's 8 races. So what we're going to do is just have a look here. The race we're going to be looking at today is this one here, which is the 450 at Southall. Okay, so the first thing you need to do now is look for horses which have a strong FL rating, and also horses which have either won or placed on today's class. This is where the value comes from, being able to spot higher price selections. As we can see straight away in the ratings, we've got the top horse here on 14, Zarius. Striker Torres is on 10, and Il Batista, he's on 10 as well. The rest of them here, closely followed, 9 down to 8. Obviously it is a handicap, so it's a tighter run affair. If we quickly look at these selections, first thing which I always do is look at all-time starts. This one's fine, 28, he's had plenty, 18. So the top 3, I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Always best to look at the horse underneath these as well. As you can see, in this case it's J.R. Hartley. The one thing which puts me off straight away is he's only had 6 runs. Now That's not to totally dismiss the horse by any means, but it is something to consider. Like I said, the class is important. So as we can see here, Zarius has performed at the class, Striker Torres has, El Batista has. Well, actually every single horse, apart from the one on the end of the betting, he hasn't done anything at the class. What you then need to do is break down each individual horse, and again, positives and negatives for each horse, so we can ultimately make our decision on which horses we're actually going to go for. Obviously what the software then allows you to do is look at the horse's information in a various number of ways, and it'll actually give you a greater insight into the race even further. One way you can do this is simply click on the overview button. What this then does is breaks down all of the horse's races, and it gives you percentages as well to look at, place percentages, going distance, class. You can then have a look through all of the horses here, spot anything straight away with zeros, and what you're trying to do is just remove negatives such as these, and then just work on the positives for horses here. Course place percentage, El Batista 3 out of 3, course winning percentage, as you can see here, J.O. Hartley 1 out of 2, so he's another one to look at. Going place percentage 4 out of 9, that's 4 out of 10 races there as well for Striker Torres. El Batista 3 out of 8. So all he's trying to do is build up a greater picture within your own mind of which horses have the best chance. Like I've said earlier, usually within any horse race you have 3 to 4 horses which really have the potential to win. Usually you can break that down further into 1, 2 selections. However, you do also need to be aware that there will always be one big danger within the race. So obviously by using this feature within the software, what it does is it allows you to look deeper into the race, gives you a statistical breakdown of how the horse has done, placing on today's ground conditions, placing at the course, placing at the distance, all those type of things. Then you can go away, make notes of which horses have actually got a better chance than the others, and narrow down your selections from there. Once you decide on the horses which you're going to look at in greater detail, if you decide that you're not looking at every horse within the race, which obviously does take time, but like I'm trying to show you with the FL software, that we know for a fact that we have the greater amount of winners coming from the top 2, 3 selections. So that's the best place to start. Concentrate on those selections. Narrow the races down, zone in on those horses, and you will find winners. There's no doubt about that. If you click the detail button for any horse, again, you can scroll down. You can run different filters here, and it will show you what the horse has done. Anything which is highlighted in dark blue matches today's criteria. Scroll down, and then if we were to look at going, you can see we've cut out the number of races there straight away. Let's look at distance. We've chopped it down again. Class, we can see he's performed, came second in this class, at this track, at this distance, and that's just a way on how you can quickly work through any of the horses. Again, drop down, move to the next horse, here, here and here, and just check those out as well. So obviously you can see how quick that is compared to traditional form reading when you're going through pages and pages of information. You can instantly look at this page and I can see straight away what's highlighted, and that just helps you build up that picture even more. So I can't really stress to you all enough how quick you'll be able to look inside a horse race by using the FL horse racing software. It'll just speed up everything you do by 10, if not more. So next, what you would need to do if you didn't have the software is head over to the Racing Post, load up the Racing Post, and then simply go through the top 4 or 5 horses in the betting. And what I'm going to do to make it easier is to just cut to a PowerPoint presentation and we'll run through everything there. Okay, so now we'll just look at the top rated horses within the software, but obviously we're going to do that using the Racing Post. The race is the 450 at Southwell. Striker Torres, Il Batista and Zarius are the 3 top rated horses we were looking at. It's a 7 furlong standard and it's a class 5. When you are actually going through and looking at the card, it is quite important to look at the Racing Post rating, and just to make sure the horses which you're actually looking at are competitive. One way to do that is by using this rating. It'll give you a good guide. As you can see, Striker Torres is on 86, Il Batista is on 91 and Zarius is on 88. If you have a look at the rest of them there, all the horses apart from one are 80 plus. Next thing to look at as you're just glancing at the card, check out course and distance. You'll see a little box here which will show you course and distance, which means it's won at the course and the distance. Same for Il Batista here, and for Zarius. You can see Zarius was beaten favourite as well. A few of the other horses there, course and distance. Just want to quickly pick up on this one here, which was J.R. Hartley. If you remember from the software, it was the 4th horse in the betting. One reason I decided to dismiss this horse was because he'd only had 6 starts. Another one is here. As you can see, he's actually top weight, so we'll rule him out. What we're going to do is concentrate on the top 3 rated selections within the software and make sure that we've got plenty positives for these selections, and to make sure we're happy with those selections as well. So we'll work through. Before we do that, one thing you can do is just check out the favourite stats for any course you're looking at. As you can see here, in handicap races, horses at 3-year-old actually have a 30% winning strike rate. So if we actually go back to the main card, you can see that Striker Torres is 5, Il Batista is 3, and Zarius is 4. So we know we've got one horse there which is aged 3. Okay, so if we check out Zarius first, we can see he's had 9 starts on your weather. The distance isn't a problem, he's won at the distance. And for the going, we can see that on standard ground he's had 2 wins. We can also see he's had 2nd places as well. So obviously by this we can see that the distance shouldn't be a problem for him. We can see that he competes on this ground due to the win, the 2nd. He's actually got a 3rd place there as well. All positive so far for this horse. For the distance, also the horse has won at this track. We can also see that today's class 5, and although he hasn't won at a class 5, he has come 2nd. If we check out the next one, which is Striker Torres, again we can see he's had plenty of all-weather experience. He's won at the course, and he's actually came 3rd as well. If we look at the distance, you can see 7 furlongs again, he's had a win. We can see he's won at the going, he's actually got a 2nd place on there as well, and a 3rd. The next horse, Il Batista, we can see he's got 8 runs on your weather, so plenty of form to go on there. He's won here as well. He's came 2nd as well also. If we look at the distance, we can see he's had 1 win at 7 furlongs. And we know he's won at the course, so he's obviously won on the ground as well. I think the important thing to see here is actually the jockey who's riding the horse today has won on him also, from 2 starts, 1 win. And the class we can also see he's won at. He's also came 2nd in a class 4, and he's came 3rd in a class 4 as well, which means he's won at obviously a higher level. Again, all positives for this horse as well. So all you would do is work your way through all the horse's history like that. I don't know if you can just quite make out on the betting forecast there. The favourite in this race was April Fool. Zarius was next to 5-1. This is obviously the tissue prices. Il Batista was 11-2, and Striker Torres was 7-1. So Striker Torres is one of my selections. The next one is Il Batista, and the 3rd horse I'm going to look at is Zarius.
Pretty low as well, and the favourite is going to be April Fool, who's been well back, 4.4 behind Il Batista. 139 days, let's go there.
Racing over 7 furlongs, Ruben Starr and J.R. Hartley just behind the others early. Good start, Zarius towards the inside. Also showing speed is April Fool, who can front run the black and white jacket, and he'll come through now to lead under Luke Morris. So April Fool going on by a half length. So on the inside is Totally Trusted, the blue cap. The blue and yellow of Bookie's Index Boy is handy. Then the green of Il Batista. Out wider is J.R. Hartley, the diamond jacket. Ridden along out very wide is Just 5 in the beige and brown. Ahead of him is Ruben Starr, and then Watch Chain from Zarius, and then comes Striker Torres, who's towards the inside of the yellow and black colours. Frogner was in rear in red and white, and the back marker is just 5, and they're on the home turn. They're approaching halfway. 3.5 to go. April Fool has company in the shape of Bookie's Index Boy and J.R. Hartley. And they're going on to in 4th place, Totally Trusted. Il Batista ridden along from Watch Chain. 3 lengths back to Striker Torres. Zarius is well back in the field as they turn for home. April Fool now pressed by Bookie's Index Boy, who's travelling well as he normally does. He doesn't always find much though. He's being lent badly on by J.R. Hartley. Here's Il Batista all of a sudden down the outside, running on very strongly in the green. Il Batista has now struck the front and starts to stride on to in 2nd place J.R. Hartley, and then comes Watch Chain, who's sticking on well from the back, and they're clear entering the final furlong. Il Batista is going on by 3 lengths now to in 2nd J.R. Hartley. From the back, Striker Torres is running on well, but it's Il Batista entering the final half furlong, who's 3 lengths ahead of J.R. Hartley in 2nd, and it will go to Il Batista for Alan McCabe. Il Batista from J.R. Hartley in 2nd. 3rd, Totally Trusted. 4th was Watch Chain, so 1/4 for Alan McCabe, and then Striker Torres from Zarius, and behind Zarius was April Fool.
Great commentary, a 1/4 for Alan McCabe. El Batista wins fairly well there, 4.51, and Declan Cannon, who's had a good meeting this afternoon.
Okay, so we'll just check out the finishing positions. As we know, Il Batista won the race, which was one of the horses we selected. His Betfair SP was 4.51. Striker Torres was the other horse we selected. Quite a disappointing run from him, only managing 5th place. Zarius was the other horse we selected. Again, a disappointing run from this horse. I think probably in the end fitness let this horse down, seeing as it had been off the track for quite some time. But still, as we'd worked through, he was a selection. I just want to point out this horse here, J.R. Hartley. If you remember, I dismissed this horse quite early on. There was 2 reasons for that. One was all-time starts, he'd only had 6 runs, and the other one was the weight. As you can see, he finished 1.5 lengths behind the winner Il Batista. So I'll leave it up to you to decide whether it was all-time starts or the weight which let him down. Either way, we still got the winner. Okay, we'll move on. Obviously, form reading through individual horses takes time, planning and concentration. There's no doubt about that at all. And that's what I want to show you here today, is that how much easier the FL software makes this process. Not only in terms of speed, but also it clearly points you in the right direction as soon as you open the reins. This is simply something that traditional form reading doesn't do for you. Whether it's newspaper or website based information, you will need to spend 30 minutes, an hour even. Depends how good you are at form reading, it depends how quickly you can break down the information you see in front of you. You then need to go through pages and pages of information before you even narrow down a potential selection.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the first video in the series, and if you're like me, then you would have taken some positive pointers from today's video. Now, before you go, right underneath me is a 61-page PDF which is chock full of racing gold, and I call it the Platinum Racing Strategies PDF, and it's completely yours to download and use free, as well as the today's video content. What I aim to show you is that anyone can become successful at betting with the correct approach and dedication to form reading. All it really takes is a little bit of practice. Now, I know what you're going to say, but you have your software to help you, and that's certainly true, but if you follow what I've shared with you today and practice it for a while, then I'm certain that anyone can become successful. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you 2 brand new techniques, which are once again not dependent on using my software. All you need is access to one of the free online resources which I've shared with you and some applications. Trust me, you can certainly do it. I also want to hear from you, so please leave a comment in the section provided. I'll certainly try to answer everyone, so please bear with me. Once again, thanks for watching. Please pick up the PDF, have a read of that, and I'll see you in a few days' time.